Great morning, great morning, great morning. You guys come on in. And while you're coming in, I'm going to go ahead and share. Come on in. Happy Resurrection Sunday. Excited about this word. Come on, come on. Hey, Eveline, how are you, beautiful? Welcome, Tro up top on IG. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Okay. Amazing, amazing. We are amazing. All right, y'all, I'm supposed to be sharing. Y'all, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and share. And then we're going to get started. We're going to talk about resurrection power. Let me share. Hold on, you guys. Yes, Alabama in the building. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. I love it. All right, so let me share to my story. Share. In Messenger. All right. Some people are already at worship. They may have done sunrise service, y'all. Sunrise service is a whole different experience. My husband talking about share from the bed. Okay. All right. Let me hit these groups and then I'm ready, you guys. Let's go. All right, you guys. So we're talking about resurrection power. Resurrection power. Before we get started, though, y'all know what we do. We got to get alive. So come on, let's get alive. Listen, if you don't have some alive in your life, you need to get it. If you have not taken advantage of the $100 promo, where you get 2 bottles of alive, a regular, and an Applebee's cherry, and all 7 of our sublingual, I'm talking about sprays on sprays on sprays. Sprays on sprays on sprays that provide your vitamins and minerals sublingually, which means that they go directly into your bloodstream. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Here we go. Shot, 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 shot. Everybody shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. ABC. It's the easiest 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, do, re, mi, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, alive. It's you and me. Mwah. You all know what we do. We shake it up, pour it up, and we drink it up. Alive has been known to provide blood sugar support, blood pressure support. It also assists with hormones, mood, libido. But it's a lot of benefits. Energy, clarity, focus, metabolism, weight management. Brrr. Yes, it does all that and more. Wait, there's more. No, I'm just playing. Listen, here's to the resurrection power that Christ died to give us so that we could live in power. Cheers. All right, you guys, listen. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Look, I'm so excited to be able to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord and Savior. I'm super excited to celebrate the fact that the story didn't stop when he died on the cross. The story didn't stop when he was in the tomb. There was more to the story, and that is that he is risen. So when we find ourselves in a place where we're feeling overwhelmed, we're feeling like, oh my God, is it ever going to stop? Is it ever going to end? Is it ever going to change? We need to remind ourselves that he is risen and he rose so that we might have resurrection power. He provided the example. He showed us what's possible. And then he gave us power. Our own power. Baby, I didn't even pour yours. I'm sorry. I got caught up. I was caught up. I'm sorry. I was caught up. So we can say we can't, right? But we're not being honest. Because of the power that he has given us, we have the ability, to operate in power in the earth. We have the ability to speak life to dead situations. We have the ability. I love, because I feel like so much of the Bible, we don't understand the connections, right, between events, right? But I love when God asked Ezekiel, son of man, can these bones live? And he said, only you know, Lord. And he said, speak to the dry bones, right? And so he gave Ezekiel, or let Ezekiel know that he had the power to speak to those dry bones, and the bones must respond. You all, whatever the dry bones are in your life, it may be your finances, it may be your relationship, it may be your business, it may be your spiritual life, it may be like whatever your relationship with your children, whatever the dry bones are in your life, you have the ability to speak life to them, and they must be resurrected. Must. It has to happen. But it requires your belief. You've got to believe. We talked about that the other day. What do you really believe? And do you really believe? Right? Do you believe? And if you believe, there ought to be a sign that you believe. You got to believe. Miracles occur in the atmosphere of faith. That's why when Jesus went and he told somebody, he said, hey, he went and he told somebody, he said, listen, who was it? What was the situation? Because, he did this a couple of times where he had to put people out. With Lazarus, he said, listen, clear the room. Clear the room. He had to have the room cleared because he could only have those people in there that believe. The same thing happened with, I'm not sure if it was Jairus' daughter, but it was another situation where Jesus had gone to a home. He was getting ready to heal, and he sent him out. He said, I need him to go. I need him to go. Only those who believe can stay. Why? The atmosphere of belief is sensitive. The atmosphere of belief is sensitive. If you got enough non-believing people, it's going to limit your ability to perform a miracle. It's one of the reasons that Jesus didn't perform a lot of miracles when it came to his hometown, his homeland, because they did not believe in him the way people believed in him in other places. They said, isn't that Joseph and Mary's child? Isn't that who that is? No, it was more than that. And see, we've got to understand that when we're taking our journey, we're more than just the product of our parents coming together. We're more than just that person who went through what they went through. We're more than that. So we've got to be able to see our God identity, and seeing our God identity helps us to stand in faith to do what it is that God has called us to do. We got to make some choices. You said, please talk about David and Goliath. Well, David had to have faith in order to slay Goliath. Everybody else was terrified of Goliath, but it was David's faith in God that said, oh no, I'm not getting ready to let him stand at this uncircumcised Philistine stand up here and talk about my God. Like, that's what y'all doing? And it didn't matter that he was the smallest one there. It didn't matter that he was not a soldier. It didn't matter. What mattered was he believed that he could defeat Goliath, and he did. You got to believe. You got to believe in you. You got to believe in God. You got to believe in the power that God has given us, the promises of God. Because when you believe, you're going to activate your faith portal, and it's going to allow things to happen, and it's going to seem miraculous. It's going to seem magical. It's going to seem like something out of a movie. Because when you believe, you shift the entire atmosphere and you cause things to transform in the natural. You activate as above, so below. You activate that when you believe. But you've got to believe. Jesus didn't die just to die. I love the song when it says, oh baby, you gotta help me. About him being on the cross. But that's not how the story ends. 3 days later, he rose again. That's love. Jesus died on Calvary to save a wretch like you and me. That's love. But that's not how the story ends. 3 days later, he rose again. That's love. Love is not just that he died. It wasn't just that he went to the tomb. It wasn't just that he went to the pits of hell to take the keys of life and death from the enemy. It wasn't the keys of death from the enemy. It wasn't just that he came back to the tomb. It was that he rose again, y'all. He rose to show us what resurrection power looks like. It's time to operate in your resurrection power. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to believe. It's time to move like you believe. Today, we celebrate the resurrection of Christ, but I also want to celebrate our resurrection. The fact that we are resurrected. We have the ability to operate in that resurrection power in our life. We don't have to be dead. We don't have to be broke. We don't have to be sick. There's a resurrection power that we can plug into and tap into that will absolutely change our life and change our bodies at the molecular level. That's what belief does. Belief has the ability to change your very body at the molecular level. Hey, Phoenicia, how you doing, babe? You have the ability to change your body at the molecular level with your belief. The challenge is when doctors say something, we tend to believe the doctors more than we believe God. And we believe that the diagnosis is not a diagnosis, but a prognosis. And there is a difference. A diagnosis tells you what's wrong. A prognosis tells you the outcome. That's good. Hold on a second, y'all. That was good. Let me look prognosis up. Listen, that was that. Ooh, Jesus. So, prognosis, the likely course of a disease or ailment, a forecast of the likely course of a disease or ailment, a forecast of the likely outcome of a situation. So a prognosis is an outcome, but a diagnosis is the identification of the nature of an illness or other problem by examination of the symptoms. So just because you get a diagnosis doesn't mean that they can tell you and determine your prognosis. When you understand that, you can choose to believe, and your belief and your faith and shifts in your behaviors can change your body at the molecular level, at the cellular level. Do y'all know how powerful that is? When you believe, you just have to believe and operate in that resurrection power that Christ died that we might have. He rose so we could rise. He got up so we could get up. All around the world, people will be talking about he got up, he got up, he got up. But are you going to get up? Because he didn't just get up for him, he got up for us. So that we could get up, so that we could arise. Listen, we can stay where we at, or we can get up. It's up to us. It's up to us. My prayer is that we'll get up. We'll get up and live out the life that God has given us, blessed us with, designed to do great things, perform great exploits, make his name great, and give him the glory. It's resurrection time. I'm grateful for the resurrection of Christ. And I'm grateful that he didn't stop with him. He made it possible for us. Listen, I'm not going to be with y'all long today. So listen, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Listen, it's time. It's time for us to wrap up. But before we wrap up, if you've not sown your $55 seed, $555 seed, $5,555 seed, $55,555 seed, $555,555 seed, or your $5,555,555 seed. I'm believing God, because one day those are the kinds of seeds that are going to be coming through, right? You can sow your seed at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777, Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. What I know is this: it's resurrection time. Let's get up. I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.